Hello, and welcome back to our colonoscopy preparation time and handbook, episode 2, picking up the prep kit. I am Bimal Maharzan, and I'm here to guide you through every step of preparing for a colonoscopy. With my personal experience as a long-term GI patient and insights from top medical professionals, this series is your go-to resource for demystifying the colonoscopy process. Our discussions are informed by latest guidelines from respected health organizations and consultations with gastroenterology experts. We blend these insights with real patient experiences to provide you with reliable and empathetic advice. Disclaimer: Gutsphere is not a healthcare provider or a clinical firm. We offer self-help GI care tools and resources designed to empower you in managing your gastrointestinal health, all at your specific direction. Our platform and our services are intended to complement, not replace, professional medical advice and treatment. Always consult with a healthcare professional for medical concerns. In our last episode, we covered the basics: what a colonoscopy is, why it's essential, and the initial steps you should take to prepare. We talked about when to schedule your procedure and how to start adjusting your diet. Remember, our series is structured around detailed timeline, guiding you from 2 weeks from your procedure right through to the follow-up. Today, we are diving into the specifics of episode 2, which focuses on T-14 days mark, picking up and understanding your colonoscopy prep kit. In this episode, we will explore what exactly a prep kit includes, how to choose the right one for you, considering various factors such as your health conditions, budget, and where to pick up. We'll also discuss how to manage side effects and what to do if things don't go as planned. Along with each episode, we offer a reliable user guide, actionable checklist to help you follow along and implement the advice provided. Check the show notes and episode descriptions for links to these valuable resources. Stay with us. You will not only learn how to select and use a prep kit effectively, but also how to tackle any hurdles along the way with confidence. Let's ensure you are as prepared as possible for a smooth and successful procedure. First, let's talk about what a prep kit is and how it works. Think of the prep kit as your personal cleanup crew. Its job is to ensure that your colon is spotless, making any issues visible on the spotlight by the gastroenterologist. Three things you need to know. Number one is comprehensive cleaning. Number two is mechanism of action. Number three is type of preps. The prep kit typically includes a strong laxative solution that cleanses your entire colon by inducing bowel movements. It works by drawing water into the colon, which softens the stool and stimulates the bowels to expel everything, ensuring a clear viewing area for the examination. And it is available in various forms, such as liquids, powdered to be mixed with water, or even pills, catering to different preferences and medical advisories. Studies have shown that a thoroughly cleansed colon significantly improves the detection of polyps and other abnormalities, potentially catching early signs of issues that may be overlooked otherwise. Proper use of prep kits is associated with higher patient compliance and more effective screenings, reducing the need for repeat procedures. Let me answer number two questions, which is one of the frequently asked questions. Why are there different types of PrEP solutions, and are they covered by insurance? Just like no two fingerprints are the same, no two guts react the same way. That's why having different types of PrEP solutions is crucial to meet the diverse needs and preferences of patients. And three things you need to talk about. Number one is personal tolerance and medical conditions. Number two is volume and flavor variations. Number three is ease of preparation and consumption. Different PrEP solutions are formulated to be easier on certain medical conditions such as kidney problems or diabetes and to suit personal tolerance levels to ingredients. Number two, some people may find large volumes of liquid difficult to consume, so alternatives that require less intake or have more palatable flavors are available. Number three, pills and low volume liquids offer alternatives for those who struggle with standard large volume preparations. And the research indicates that telling the type of bowel preparation to the individual's health condition and preferences can improve the safety and effectiveness of the cleanse. And also studies have shown that patient compliance increases when they can choose a PrEP method that feels more manageable to them, directly affecting the success rate of the colonoscopy. Today, we are going to explore a variety of colonoscopy PrEP kits available in the market. Each has its unique formulation, and choosing the right one can make a significant difference in your preparation experience. Let's break down the pros and cons of each to help you and your healthcare provider decide which is the best for you. Let me first list the common PrEP solutions. 1. Go Lightly. 2. New Lightly. 3. Movie PrEP. 4. Plainview. 5. Osmoprev. 6. Suprev. 7. ClinPic. 8. Miralax. 9. Vijacordyl. Dulcolax. 10. Picolax. 11. CleanPrep. 12. Bipeglite. Let's start with Go Lightly. The pro is highly effective at cleansing the solution, often used for patients with severe constipation. And con is large volume of liquid to consume, 4 liters, which can be challenging for some patients. And is ideal for those who need a thorough cleansing and can tolerate a large volume of liquid. Let's go to number 2, New Lightly. The pro is similar to Go Lightly, but comes with flavor packs to improve taste. And the con is still requires consumption of large volume of liquid, and is ideal for patients looking for customizable flavor option in their PrEP solution. Number 3 is Movie PrEP. Improved taste and older solutions, requires less fluid than Go Lightly, and can cause bloating and nausea. And again, this is not similar to the Movie PrEP. It's also bloating and nausea caused by rest of the PrEP kits as well. But it's ideal for who prefer better tasting options and can handle discomfort. Plainview. Pros is that it lower volume requirement, just 1 liter, and is effective cleansing. Cons is it's more expensive, may cause nausea and dehydration. Again, it's also many other PrEP kits have similar side effects. And it's ideal for patients who prefer less liquid but are okay with potential side effects. And Osmo PrEP. It's in a pill form, no drinking large volumes of liquid required. That's a pro. But the con is risk of kidney damage, not suitable for patients with kidney issues, but it's ideal for those who cannot tolerate liquid PrEPs and do not have kidney problems. Suprep. Pros is requires drinking only 16 ounces of solution at a time, and can cause electrolyte imbalance and is expensive. It's ideal for patients who prefer lower volume yet afford pricing options. And this is the one which I used, I was prescribed, I was given when I went to the colonoscopy procedure, and I'll talk to you about that later on after I finish the overview of rest of the prep kits. Clean pick. The pro is very low in volume, 2 small bottles, easy to consume. Con is expensive and may cause severe cramping, and is ideal for who need a very low volume prep and can manage the cost. Miralax. Pros is it's mixed with Gatorade, which makes it easier to consume and generally well tolerated. Con is not FDA approved or for colonoscopy prep, used off label. Ideal for patients who are looking for a gentle options that's easy to ingest. And Bisacodil. The pro is often used in combination with other preps to increase effectiveness. Con is may cause cramping and is typically not used alone. And it's ideal for use as an adjunct to other prep methods to ensure prep complete cleansing. Picolax. Pros is effective at cleaning the colon, smaller volume than other preps, and con is can cause dehydration and electrolyte disturbances. Again, this is not unique to just Picolax for most of the prep kits. It's ideal for those who can manage potential side effects but prefer less volume. Clean prep. Pros is effective at colon cleansing, available in several countries, and its con is large volume to consume and can be unpalatable, and ideal for those who are not concerned with the taste and can handle a large volume. Last is bipeglite. Pro is lower volume and includes electrolytes to help maintain balance. The con is can still cause nausea and bloating. Is ideal for people who are looking for effective cleanse with added electrolytes. And let me remind you this. Each of these solutions has its pros and cons, and your choice will depend on your personal conditions, preferences, and specific advice of your gastroenterologist. Again, let me remind you this. The reason why we are making this video is that to list what are the options that are available to you. In no way that we are indicating, oh, this is the right one for you. So it gives you a framework, what to ask a gastroenterologist, and again, choose what works for you while discussing with the gastroenterologist and the one that's prescribed to you. As I said earlier, Suprep is the one that I was given. When I went through the colonoscopy procedure, I did not know that these many options exist. And I simply went through what was advised to me and given to me, and Suprep was the one. I think in 2020 it cost me around $180 or something like that, which is quite expensive, and it came with these 2 bottles. It was easy to drink, and the bowel moment was pretty it didn't take a long time for the bowel movement. It was effective very soon. And I made sure I stayed close to the bathroom. I went multiple times. So Suprep was the one I used, but it was quite an expensive one. And I understand that many people will not be in the stage of spending $180. There may be cheaper solutions for it. There may be off-brand solutions for it. That's the reason why I listed all of those things depending on your preferences, depending on your budget, depending on your medical conditions. I think you can choose the best one. And that's next one I'm going to answer to you is, how do I know which is the best one for me? So choosing the right colonoscopy prep solution can feel like navigating a maze with many turns. Today, let's simplify this decision process and make sure you find the path that's best suited to your needs. We'll list 4 points, which I have already hinted at earlier, and this is to summarize. Number 1 is medical history. Number 2 is budget considerations. Number 3 is personal preferences. And number 4 is consultation with healthcare provider. So your existing health conditions directly influence the choice of the prep. For example, patients with kidney issues may need a gentle solution. Number two is budget considerations. The cost of PrEP solutions can vary widely. Your budget may determine whether a more expensive but easier to consume option is viable. For example, Suprep is $180 and based on different off-label or different brands uh, and different places where you buy, so it can range from $10, something like Miralax, to which comes to large volume, to $30, $50, and $80, and so on. The prices vary. I'm not giving the exact prices here because when I even look for online, I think prices was vary a lot. So therefore, I recommend you to search for multiple options. And most of the people uh, is always you pick up from the uh, nearest pharmacy. So it's not a choice. But sometimes if you are concerned about the budget, uh, you can bring that up with your provider and ask for the different options, or maybe they can send the prescription to the one which is more suitable for you. So you can always ask for that. And number three is personal preferences. Taste and volume of liquid you are comfortable consuming a crucial role in ability to complete the prep successfully. For example, there was one who takes 4 liters of water, and sometimes 4 liters of water it's difficult to consume that amount of water. Therefore, the Suprep was easy for me. Just 16 ounces or 2 bottles of it, I can gulp it down. And for some people it's difficult to do that. Then there is a pill is a good way of doing things. So whatever choose for you, whatever easier for you to prepare and complete the bowel prep successfully. And obviously the final point is the fourth one is consultation with healthcare provider. You must discuss with your gastroenterologist, and they can recommend a prep based on a medical history and any sensitivities or allergies. So I cannot reinforce this more. Please share all of your medical history, your budget, personal preferences, and allergies and sensitivities to your gastroenterologist or your doctor. The reason why I say that is I know when we get as a patient get into the medical room when you're talking with doctors, it's quite get overwhelming and we forget what to ask. And that's exactly why the purpose of this podcast is to make sure educate you and empower you what's available, what exists, and you can prepare the questions based on these information and be go prepared in advance and ask them very pertinent questions that make sense to you. And obviously, these preparations with personalization and safety, the study has shown that it emphasizes the importance of selecting a bowel prep that accounts for patients' renal function and other conditions to avoid complications. And the cost implications of various prep types and their effectiveness, helping patients and providers make informed decisions based on cost-benefit analysis. And now let me give detailed examples for each point. Number one, medical history. If you have kidney issues, high sodium PrEP solutions can be risky due to their potential to disrupt electrolyte balance. Instead, a gentle solution like CleanPick, which has a lower volume and is easier for the kidneys, might be recommended. Conversely, for patients with a history of heart conditions, a PrEP solution that minimizes change in electrolyte levels and fluid balance, such as PEG solutions like Miralax mixed with electrolytes drinks, could be more appropriate. Again, talk to your provider about this. I'm giving you the examples. Number two, budget considerations. Example, the cost of PrEP kits can range from as low as $10 for over-the-counter options like Miralax, which requires additional purchase of electrolyte solutions, to over $100 for prescription solutions like Suprep. For example, I paid $180 for Suprep. If your budget is limited, your doctor might suggest a combination of Miralax and Gatorade, which is effective yet budget friendly. However, if you can afford a higher cost for more convenience and less volume, Suprep offers a ready-to-mix solution that is easier to consume. Number 3, personal preferences. For example, some patients may find difficulty consuming the large volume required by traditional PrEP solutions like Go Lightly, which involves drinking up to, I said earlier, 4 liters of fluid. If the idea of consuming such large volumes is unappealing, you might prefer Plainview, which requires only 1 liter of solution and has a more palatable taste. Alternatively, if you dislike the taste of standard solutions, options like Supreme, which has a berry flavor, might be more acceptable. And number 4, consultation with healthcare providers. Imagine that you have a history of severe gastritis or gastrointestinal insensitivity. In this case, your gastrointestinologist might steer you away from osmotically active agents, which can cause bloating and discomfort, and instead recommend or more tolerable yet effective options like CleanPick. This solution is known for its mild flavor and lower incidence of gastrointestinal side effects. It's also critical to discuss any allergies. For example, if you're allergic to polyethylene glycol, your doctor would avoid recommending Movie Prep or Go Lightly. So let me give you an overview of common colonoscopy prep materials with existing conditions. So for Go Lightly, the volume required is 4 liters. Approximate cost is $10 to $20. And common side effects is nausea, bloating, electrolyte imbalance, and recommended for general use, effective cleansing. And you got to avoid kidney issues, heart disease issues due to volume. The second, New Lightly, is about 4 liters as well, $15 to $25. Nausea, bloating, electrolyte imbalance is recommended for those who prefer flavorful solutions, and avoid if similar to Go Lightly if you have heart issues, kidney issues due to volume. And Movie Prep, the volume required is 2 liters. The cost ranges from $15 to $13. And the common side effects are nausea, dehydration, electrolyte imbalance. And it's recommended for those needing a lower volume, and avoid if kidney issues and severe diabetes. Plainview, the volume required is 1 liter, and the cost range between $40 to $50. Nausea, dehydration, electrolyte imbalance are the common side effects, and is recommended for those prefer lower volume, and avoid if kidney disease, severe heart conditions. Osmoprep is a pill, and it costs from $50 to $80, and its common side effects are kidney stress, electrolyte imbalance. Those who cannot tolerate liquid preps, this is recommended for them, and kidney disease and early with renal concerns should avoid this. Supreme is 16 hours per dose. It costs from $80 to $180. Nausea, cramping, electrolyte imbalance are common side effects. Those needing lower volume prefer flavor. That's what they're recommended for. And obviously, you have to avoid if you have electrolyte imbalance, kidney disease, severe kidney disease, cost concerns, and obviously you want to talk with your doctor about this. So Miralax, it's obviously mixed with the Gatorade. I think it's one of the cheapest one. It's also off-label, $10 to $15. The bloating, gas, electrolyte imbalance. So those is recommended for those looking for gentler over-the-counter options, and requires additional ingredients. As I said earlier, it requires make sure Gatorade or any other electrolyte, and you should avoid if you have severe diabetes. So Bisacodyl, so you should take it as directed by the physician. Cost from $5 to $10. Again, it's one of the cheapest ones out there. So the side effects could be cramping, diarrhea, electrolytes, and imbalance. Used with other preps for enhanced effects. And it's avoid if you have severe constipation without supervision or heart conditions. Picolax is small volume, cost from $20 to $30. Dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, quick prep, effective cleansing, and it has dehydration risks and severe kidney issues. So clean prep, 4 liters is the volume, $10 to $20. Nausea, bloating, electrolyte imbalance, and it causes effective cleansing. Is available internationally, and avoid if you have heart disease, kidney disease due to large volume. And finally, Bipaclide, lower than 4 liters in volume, but it costs range between $20 to $30, causing bloating, nausea, electrolyte imbalance, and is recommended for lower volume, which includes electrolytes, and is to avoid if you have severe heart conditions and diabetes. So by discussing these specific examples, we can see how nuanced choosing the right PrEP solutions can be. It's not one size fits for all matter. It's highly personal, must be tailored to fit your medical background, financial situation, and personal likes and dislikes. Engaging in a detailed conversation with your healthcare provider can help ensure that you select the PrEP that is the safest, most effective for your specific needs, ensuring optimal preparation for your colonoscopy. Now, after this, let's get into another section, logistics and accessibility. Now, let's address where to get your PrEP kit and other logistical questions. Question number 4 is, where can I pick up the PrEP kit? So finding a colonoscopy PrEP kit isn't a treasure hunt. Luckily, it's much more straightforward and accessible. So here are the places, 3 places you can find it. Number 1 is pharmacies. Number 2 is doctor's office. Number 3 is online pharmacies. So pharmacies obviously are the most commonly pick up at a local or chain pharmacies. You'll need a prescription from your doctor, which can often send directly to the pharmacy electronically. Doctor's office. Some gastroenterologists or clinics provide the PrEP kit directly during your pre-procedure visit. This can be convenient as it allows for immediate discussion about how to use the PrEP kit. And third, for those who prefer the convenience of delivery, many online pharmacies also offer ability to order a PrEP kit directly to your home after receiving an electronic prescription. So getting a PrEP kit is straightforward and accessible. So in my case, my doctor sent prescribed directly to my local pharmacy. I think in my case, it was CVS. It was just a couple of minutes drive from my home. I picked it up the same day, which was incredibly convenient. It wasn't any hassle at all. So whether you swing by your local pharmacy, receive it directly from your doctor, or get it delivered to your doorstep, obtaining a PrEP kit is generally a hassle-free step. Make sure to ask your doctor about the best way to receive yours based on your preferred convenience and access. It's one of the first steps in your journey towards successful colonoscopy, and starting off easily is always a good plan. So number 5, another frequently asked question is, how many days in advance should I pick it up? Once you know where to get your colonoscopy PrEP kit, the next logical question is, how should you pick it up before your procedure? And timing is everything, isn't it? Being early makes you a leader in the race, and it's no different when preparing for colonoscopy. Getting your PrEP kit early sets you up for success. So preparation time. Picking up your PrEP kit at least 5 to 7 days in advance gives you enough time to familiarize with the instructions and ensure you are ready to start a PrEP on the designated day. And number 2, room for clarification. Having the kit in advance allows you to get a time to clarify any questions with your doctor or pharmacist about how to use the kit properly, which can reduce anxiety and increase compliance. Number 3, just avoid last-minute stress. Early pickups prevent the stress of last-minute issues such as finding the pharmacy is out of stock or dealing with unexpected delays. And also, preparation effectiveness increases because studies have shown that patients who pick up their PrEP kits early and understand the instruction thoroughly are more likely to have a colon cleansing, which is crucial for effective colonoscopy. And also, it increases the patient compliance and reduces anxiety. That's what research indicates, that adequate PrEP time reduces procedure anxiety and increases patient compliance with PrEP instructions. In my case, I picked up the PrEP kit 2 weeks before my procedure. This early pickup gave me plenty of time to read through everything, even go back to my doctor with a few questions. It helped me feel in control and less nervous and about the whole thing, knowing exactly what I need to do and when. So Mark your calendar to pick up your colonoscopy prep kit at least a week before your procedure. This simple act of preparation can significantly impact the ease and effectiveness of your prep, leaving nothing to chance. And to support this podcast, we are also working on the colonoscopy preparation SMS reminder, which will send you the timely reminder, and you can sign up, a caregiver can sign up, and someone at the clinic or hospital can sign up for you so that you do not miss out on the specific date. So we will send you this colonoscopy prep kit pickup 14 days in advance so that you have ample time to pick up and be prepared and be reduced anxiety. So nothing is lost to put to chance. You're well prepared for that. So if you recall, if you listen in carefully, there was a question in number one is my insurance covered it? And I did not answer that because I'm going to answer it right now, which is question number 6. Will insurance cover it? Can I get it home delivered? And the second part I've already answered. Yes, you can get it home delivered because you can purchase this through an online pharmacy. But let me answer about the insurance part. So colonoscopy prep kits are not always fully covered by insurance. The extent of coverage depends on the specific insurance plan. Here are some points to consider. Number one is medical coverage. If you have Medicare, most Part D preparation drug plans will cover the cost of colonoscopy prep kits. However, there may be a copay or co-insurance. The commonly prescribed in the United States is Suprep Bowel Prep Kit. And number two, private insurance. For private insurance plans, the coverage may vary. Some plans may cover the full cost, while others may require you to pay a percentage of the price under their policy. It's essential to check with your specific insurance provider to understand the coverage details of colonoscopy prep kits. Number three is ancillary services. It's important to note that ancillary services such as bowel prep kits are not always included in federal coverage mandate. These may not be covered under Part B of Medicare, so always consult with your doctor and insurance provider to determine coverage specifics of your situation. I shared my experience with insurance in the episode number 1. So I had a good insurance plan then. So it was supposed to be preventative, but however, it was coded as diagnostic. Hence, I had to pay a huge amount of copay. It was $3,700. Even for this Supreme, I remember paying out of pocket because it wasn't covered by insurance. And everybody has the pricing threshold. For me, what was more important was getting the colonoscopy done safely so that I didn't have to repeat it. So I didn't even think much about paying a lot more than $100 for a colonoscopy prep, but everybody has the different conditions. So you want to talk to your insurance provider whether it covers or not, or sometimes there are always cheaper ways to get those prep kits. So the purpose of this point is talk about not to take that your insurance in default that your insurance will cover 100% of it. There is always variability, and you can always ask your doctor or the pharmacy or the insurance companies to get the exact money that you will have to pay. And question number 7 is, does it require a prescription? Yes, I've already hinted earlier as well. Yes, a prescription is typically required for colonoscopy prep kits because these kits contain specific medications that help cleanse the colon before the procedure. Your doctor should prescribe the appropriate prep kit based on your individual needs and health conditions. Now, let's talk about health and safety concerns. And another frequently answered question is, what should I do if I have allergies or sensitivities to ingredients in the prep solution? If you have allergies or sensitivities, it's crucial to tackle them head on by being proactive and communicating with your doctor. As I said earlier, I gave you an overview earlier about different PrEP kits, what volume, the cost, what is it recommended for, common side effects. I think going through that really helps to understand what are the allergies that you may have or sensitivities you may have, and 100% communicating with your doctor. Just as you would wear a wool sweater if you are allergic to the wool, you shouldn't use a PrEP solution that contains ingredients you're allergic to. Safety first. You got to identify the problematic ingredients. Which ingredients in the PrEP solutions are problematic for you? Common irritants might include dyes, flavors, or preservatives. Here are some common examples to consider. Sulfate allergies. Some patients may have allergies to sulfates, which are sometimes used as preservatives in PrEP solutions. For example, sodium sulfate is an ingredient in products like Suprep. Dye sensitivities. Dyes are commonly added to PrEP solutions to improve their appearance and make them more user-friendly. However, some individuals may be sensitive to these dyes, particularly FD and C dyes, like blue number 1 or yellow number 5, which are used in various medical and food products. Artificial sweeteners. PrEP solutions often contain artificial sweeteners to make them more palatable. Ingredients such as aspartame, which is used in some flavored PrEP solutions, can cause reactions in people who have sensitivity or allergy to this compound. Polyethylene glycol, PEG, the main active ingredient in many bowel PrEP solutions, such as Miralax and Golightly, is polyethylene glycol. Some individuals may experience allergic reactions to PEG, which can range from mild skin rashes to more severe symptoms if they have a significant sensitivity. Sorbitol and mannitol. These are sugar alcohols sometimes used in PrEP solutions for their laxative effects. They may cause allergic reactions or intolerances in some people, leading to gastrointestinal symptoms like cramping and bloating. Flavoring agents. Various flavoring agents are added to the PrEP solutions to make it more palatable, but these can also be a source of allergies for sensitive individuals. Natural and artificial flavoring may include compounds that trigger allergic reactions. So, discuss these with your gastroenterologist, who can suggest alternative PrEP solutions that are free from these allergens. Look for hypoallergenic options. Many manufacturers often offer hypoallergenic versions of PrEP solutions that are formulated without common allergens. Again, research indicates that patients with specific sensitivities can successfully use alternative PrEP solutions designed for sensitive individuals, which affect efficacy without causing adverse reactions. And also, studies show that adopting colonoscopy preparations for allergic patients decrease the risk of reactions and improve patient compliance. I did not have any allergies. Therefore, when they asked me about it, I say I have no allergies. So again, and I understand that people who have allergies may be concerned about this. Therefore, we did a research and laid out what are different allergens that are sensitivity that are available to you, and hopefully you are educated. And when you go and need to go and get the colonoscopy, talk about the PrEP kit, please ask and have a deep conversation with your provider or doctor. We have already hinted about this, and we are going to state it aloud for sake of answering the question concisely. The next question is, which is question number 9, are there any side effects or discomfort associated with using the PrEP kits and how I can manage them? So preparing for colonoscopy isn't a walk in the park, and the PrEP is no exception. It's crucial to know how potential side effects and how to manage them to make the process as comfortable as possible. Definitely, the PrEP kit cleanses our colon, but it might temporarily disrupt the peace of the digestive system. But don't worry, we have got the strategies to help restore tranquility. So let's list the common side effects, which we have already talked about, and it will be helpful to reiterate again. Number 1, nausea. Number 2, bloating, abdominal cramps, and frequent bowel movements. Some people may also experience vomiting and dehydration due to the nature of the laxatives. So managing strategies. Number 1 is stay hydrated. Drink plenty of clear liquids to avoid dehydration. Electrolyte solutions can be particularly helpful. Number 2, diet adjustments. Before starting the PrEP, eat a lighter diet and avoid heavy or spicy food that can exacerbate stomach distress. And we are going to have a specific episode talking about the diet adjustments. Number 3, if you get discomfort, have discomfort measures such as get a heating pad for abdominal cramps or maintain easy access to bathroom. Obviously, after you take the PrEP kit, which we are going to talk about in a T-1 episode about how to take the PrEP kit and everything that we are going to talk about preparing for colonoscopy in T-day 1 in T-day 1 episode. For now, like what you need to know is if you think that you are going to get discomfort, but having the heating pad or ice packs or any other comfort measures in advance will particularly ease your mind. And obviously, number 4 is timing. Start PrEP when you can be at home, near a bathroom, ideally when you don't have any other obligations. So we're going to talk about timing. Again, this T-14 days episode is to prepare you, have the frame of mind to prepare for this, so that you have to take a leave, you have to be at home, you don't put any obligation things, you don't have plans to meet your friends and so on, so you can schedule to be skilled to remove any obligations and schedule to be at home near bathroom. That's why we are covering this in T-14 days. But what you want to remember is experiencing side effects from a colonoscopy PrEP kit is common, but they are manageable with the right strategies. It's just for a short time, and benefits of the clear colonoscopy result far outweigh the temporary discomfort. But if you have severe reactions, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider for advice. You should have their emergency contact number or their contact number handy. I have already hinted that the PrEP kits are different for patients with different conditions like diabetes, kidneys, or heart conditions. So if someone asks the question that is the PrEP kit uses different for patients with certain conditions like diabetes, kidney problems, or heart conditions, yes, they are different. They are different. For example, patient with diabetes needs to manage their blood sugar levels, and therefore the management could be use sugar-free PrEP solutions and monitor blood glucose frequently, adjust insulin or diabetes medication under the guidance of health provider. We are going to talk about these specific more things in detail in T-5 days episode, in which we are going to talk about more execution and T-7 days. So we are going to talk deeply about these things as well. So kidney problems, patients with kidney issues need to avoid certain types of PrEP kits that it could exacerbate their conditions. For example, Avoid sodium phosphate-based preps, which can affect kidney function. Offer more kidney-friendly options like polyethylene glycol PEPs solutions. For with people with heart conditions, electrolyte imbalances can be dangerous for patients with heart conditions, especially with those on medication for heart failure or hypertension. Obviously, the management is to low sodium PrEP solutions and ensure any electrolyte imbalance can be minimized. And monitoring by a healthcare provider is recommended during the PrEP. And again, diabetes management during colonoscopy PrEP. Research shows that maintaining stable glucose level reduces the risk of hypoglycemia, which is critical during the fasting period required for PrEP. Kidney safety with PrEP solutions. Studies indicate that non-phosphate preps are safer for patients with renal impairment, reducing the risk of the further kidney damage and heart conditions. Literatures highlight the importance of managing electrolyte and fluid balances in patients with heart conditions during colonoscopy prep to prevent cardiac complications. I do not have, I didn't have any medical conditions, so it was straightforward for me. But I empathize with people who have these conditions, and obviously, the the key to safe colonoscopy preparation lies in customized and careful monitoring. So I would always recommend to discuss full medical history with your gastroenterologist so that they can tailor the preps to your needs. Remember, the goal is to not only to get the clear colon, but also do it safely and effectively. Now let's get into another sections about users instructions and support. The question is, what are the instructions for storing the prep kit once I have picked it up? So once you have your colonoscopy prep kit in hand, knowing how to store it correctly is crucial. Let's dive into the best practices for storing your prep kit to ensure it works as intended when it's time to use it. So I would list out 3 segments. Number one is temperature control. Most prep kits needs to be stored at room temperature, always away from direct sunlight and heat sources to maintain their chemical integrity. Number two is moisture-free environment. Keep the kit in a dry place to prevent any moisture from affecting the powder or liquid solutions, which could lead to dehydration or clumping, degradation and clumping. Number three is security. Ensure the prep kit is stored out of reach of children and pets to accidental ingestion, which can be harmful. And the studies have shown that exposure to temperatures outside the recommended storage range can alter the effectiveness of medical solutions. And impact of moisture on pharmaceuticals. Research indicate that moisture can significantly impact the form and efficacy of pharmaceutical products, including those used for colonoscopy prep. So, store in a temperature controlled environment, moisture free, and make sure it's out of reach of children and pets to avoid accidental ingestion. So next question is, what should I do if I accidentally miss a dose or fail to follow the prep instructions correctly? And I empathize with this question. Even with the best intentions, mistakes happen, and it's possible to miss a dose of your colonoscopy prep or not follow the instructions exactly as prescribed. Let's talk about how to handle this situation to still ensure an effective colonoscopy. First of all, don't panic. The first step is to stay calm. Not all is lost if you miss a dose or mistake with your colonoscopy prep. Number two, assess the situation. Determine how much of the prep you missed and how far off you are from the instructions. This will guide your next steps. And third, contact your healthcare provider. Inform your doctor or on-call nurse about the situation. They can provide the best advice on whether you can continue with the prep or need to reschedule the procedure. And this is exactly why we are preparing this podcast and other instructions and the SMS reminders so that you prepare 100% well, right? You do not miss out on the these steps or make mistakes. So sometimes even that happens, but even that scenario, don't panic, assess the situation, and contact your healthcare provider. Because it's very important to do the complete prep, because incomplete prep can hinder the doctor's ability to see the colon clearly and potentially missing the critical observations. At the same time, a guideline on missed doses. Studies and guidelines suggest that modifications can sometimes be made to accommodate small deviations in preparation procedures without compromising the effectiveness of the colonoscopy. So again, what are the small deviations, acceptable small deviations are? So call up your doctor and ask for that. So only they can give you a very personalized information. Again, the importance of telling you this is that not to panic, assess the situation, and share the situation clearly and precisely with a healthcare provider, and they can guide you to accommodate small deviations if possible, otherwise reschedule it. But again, the main purpose of this is to make sure that you prepare 100% well and reduce cancellations and other burdens that come from cancellations and rescheduling. Let's move on next question. Can I continue my regular diet and medications after picking up the prep kit, or do I need to make immediate changes? So, number one is timing of a pickup. If you pick up a prep kit well in advance, say 14 days before a procedure, you do not need to make any immediate changes to your diet or medications. You have time to plan and prepare. Most commonly, the medication changes start 7 or 5 days in advance. We are going to talk about in 7 days in advance, so that what are the medications questions that you need to ask, and from T-5 days episode we'll talk about what adjustments you gotta make. So hold for that. But again, the answer is you don't need to make immediate changes. The section about start of diet and medication changes is even you don't need to change the diet changes immediately. So diet changes typically begins 3 days before the procedure or 4 days before the procedure for low residue diets, which we are going to talk about in T-3 days episode. So to give you a general overview of the diet changes in 3 or 4 days in advance is about generally reducing and eliminating high fiber foods, nuts, seeds, and potentially adjusting or halting certain medications such as blood thinners or diabetic medications based on your doctor's advice. So in general, the timing of the diet and medications, you got to talk with your doctor. So if you have picked up your colonoscopy prep kit early, don't worry about immediate changes. Store the kit in a safe place as per the storage instructions, and make sure to mark your calendar to start your diet medication 7 days before your procedure. And also, we are working on the SMS reminders that you can sign up. Then we'll send you the right instructions at the right time in the language that you understand. For example, we are working on English, Spanish, Chinese, Mandarin, and many other languages such as languages as well, so that you get the reminder and instructions in your particular language, and that helps you prepare and ensure a smooth and successful colonoscopy. That question number 14. What support is available if I have questions or issues with prep kit once I start using it? Most healthcare providers offer a helpline for any questions or concerns, so it's important to have access to support throughout the prep process. So number one, you may find medical support. Most gastroenterology clinics or healthcare providers offer a hotline, so make sure that you have that hotline number and a dedicated nurse line that you can call if you encounter issue or have any questions during your preparation. So have that handy. Number two is pharmacy assistance. And I understand that when you call it healthcare or healthcare providers, is you have to stay in the line because always busy. So patiently wait for it, or you have all the instructions ready, follow to the dot, and you don't have to call the clinic at all. Again, another place where we can call it pharmacy assistance. The pharmacy where you picked up your prep kit can also be a helpful resource for any questions related to kit's component or research instructions. And number three is online resources. So many healthcare providers and kit manufacturers provide online FAQs and support pages that address common concerns, questions about the prep process. And obviously, Gutsphere is a place where you can find those information as well. And question number 15, are there instructional materials or videos provided with the prep kit to guide me through the process? Yes, many prep kits come with detailed instructions, and some providers offer online videos or printed guides for additional support. For example, you may get instructional booklet, because many prep kits come with detailed booklets that can provide step-by-step instructions how to use the kit effectively. Number two is online videos and tutorials. Manufacturers also offer online tutorials or videos that can be accessed via a website or through a QR code included in the prep kit packaging. So again, for instructional materials and videos, it can be available online to the manufacturer or the healthcare provider. And third is, at Gutsphere, we also want to provide this supporting user guides and checklists that can help you follow these procedures more effectively. So there are many resources for you. And then another very simple question, but question is, what is the expiration date of the prep kit and how do I check it? The answer is, always check the packaging for the expiration date to ensure the kit is safe to use. And you can always, the packaging check, the expiration date is usually printed clearly on top of the prep packaging. It's important to check this date before you start using the kit to ensure it's still effective. And number two, storage conditions. Make sure the kit has been stored under the conditions recommended on the packaging, as proper storage could impact the kit's effectiveness even before the expiration date. So make sure it's in proper conditions. And finally, we come to the emergency situations. The question is, if I have a bad reaction to the prep kit, whom should I contact? The short answer is, immediately contact a healthcare provider or the emergency contact number provided with your prep kit instruction. If symptoms are severe, seek emergency medical attention. As we have come to the end of this episode, as we wrap up today's episode on understanding and preparing your colonoscopy prep kit, let's briefly recap what we have covered and look ahead to what's next in our series. Today, we discuss where to pick up your prep kit, how to store it, what to do if you miss a dose or encounter issues. We explored essential support available to you, from instructional materials to professional help, and we talked about how to manage any adverse reactions. Remember, the key to smooth colonoscopy prep starts with understanding how to properly use your prep kit and knowing where to find help should you need it. Looking ahead, our next episode will dive into T-7 days mark. We will discuss important adjustments you need to make as your procedure day approaches. From dietary changes to medication management, we will ensure you're fully prepared to continue journey towards a successful colonoscopy. It's all about getting ready both physically and mentally for the procedure. Thank you for joining me today. Your preparation and education on this topic are vital for ensuring the best possible outcomes. So don't miss our next episode, where we'll break down everything you need to do 1 week before your colonoscopy. Together, we are making sure you're prepared as you can be. Until next time, stay informed, stay prepared, and looking forward to taking another step together to our successful colonoscopy preparation. See you in the next episode.
Follow for more GI self-care, gut health, and gut microbiome insights.